Welcome back to Arknights Weekly, and this week is going to be a fun one both in-game and out of game. For starters, this is going to be a musical week because there are new music uploaded in the Arknights JP channel. If you head over there, you'll find 6 different songs. There is a theme song for 4 characters, one for Tequila, Aya Alter, for Zionka, and W. And then there is one theme song that has all of the characters. And finally, there is also a 5th anniversary theme song that is sung by Riona. It's a special one, so if you haven't seen them all, go check it out. Now, the music list for MUSE-X Arknights collab is finally released. There are 8 songs for you to play, and these will all come on 26th January. I'm not certain of what time it is, so I will try to find a certain time within the day itself to do a stream with you guys so that you guys can see the first few playthroughs of all the difficult songs that are there. I mean, there's things like Minima, there's gonna be Misty Memory, Ash Ring, Deepness, Arsonist, all wonderful songs that are being selected over here. A lot of people have highlighted Pepe's song is not in, and I assume it's because Pepe's song is technically in Global or JP only about now, so that's why it couldn't be possible for it to be here. But even so, I will enjoy this particular time. For those of you who missed the previous collab with the 8 songs, you probably can still rebuy it during this time. Do note that the packs are limited for a year, and we don't know if there will even be a 3rd season. But for what it is, yes, you have a whole year to decide whether you're gonna play Muse Dash. It's an okay game if you don't play all the too hard stuff. Like if you want to try a rhythm game and you've never done so before, Muse Dash can be something that you go for. But do take note, these songs are not free, you do have to spend on them. Endfield is currently ongoing, and I'm still discovering so many things every single day on stream. That's why you're seeing me stream the game so much. There's just way too much content that this game offers. So for those of you looking out for new AK videos as well as Endfield commentary, I would suggest you take some time because I'm currently a working person, so it's a little bit difficult to juggle both content creation and work. But once Endfield, I figured things out, I will start delivering more videos very soon. But do join me on stream so that you can enjoy it together with me. Slight sad news, there is no question of the week this week because I didn't find a comment that had a question and that was significantly liked. There were some questions, but they might have been questions that were repeated before, so I chose not to answer them. Do help to like each other's comment because if you guys like a question enough, then I know that this is something that people want to hear about. So feel free, give a question and help each other out, and I'll see what I'll answer for next week. However, good news! Arknights Spring Gala Festival. You might have heard about it maybe on Twitter or YouTube a little bit. You've seen some animations being uploaded. So Spring Gala Festival is a fan-made content creator event that was done over in China. So every single year during the Chinese New Year live stream, one day afterwards, there is always a content creator collaboration where a lot of animators, cosplayers, and various sort of crafts will come together, make a giant compilation and wonderful storyline in order for you guys to enjoy. I missed out on this occasion because Endfield is ongoing, so I didn't have the time to watch it. I will schedule a time to watch it sometime within February. So if you want to see that, do take note of Arknights Weekly because I'll declare when I'm okay to watch it. Because I'm also not going to watch it on YouTube. The problem with the Spring Gala Festival is that there's a lot of copyrighted music within it, so there's a huge chance I'm going to get struck somehow if I were to watch it on YouTube. So I'll do it as a Twitch-only stream, and I'll find a way to upload it to the Cookie Outer channel. In any case, if you don't want to wait for that little watch-along, you can feel free to watch it on your own on Bilibili, and I can assure you it's going to be a wonderful time for you to enjoy. Some quick reminders of what's going on in-game. There is the Pepe event ongoing right now, and this is a 3 weeks long event. So do take note, it's not just EX stages that you'll see very soon. Instead, there is also going to be the S stages. For those of you who think that the normal stages have been easy, I feel like the S stages might say otherwise. There is also the mini game mode as well. A lot of people have stated this feels like you're playing Balatro. There is many levels for you to accomplish in order to achieve a high score. If you don't quite understand the game, I would suggest that you take some time to play the earlier levels. I do believe the levels do guide you enough. It is quite tricky. The strategy can be quite specific at times, but enjoy yourself as you play along. And then, in terms of the standard banner, there is one particular banner that I'll speak of that you can look at right now. So both Suzerain and Telopsis are in the store, and I think these are both wonderful units that can support your runs, where Suzerain is able to cast the Mega Slow and Telopsis is able to give SP recovery over time. Both are wonderful utility. Whereas on the left, Mulberry is if you don't have a single Wandering Medic, and Silek, not so much of a need. I think you can make do with the flag bearers that you have. Silek can just come along within your squad at any time. Once you obtain her, you build her. If you need that stun utility within the Vanguard, that's when you have her. So in any case, the units on the right, I would say, are pretty darn good, and go ahead to purchase them if you'd like to. Now for the incoming units, a lot of you have been concerned about Nymph as well as the Marcel banner being the Dungeon Meshi one, and it is speculated that all of this should happen within the month of February. So Nymph banner should be within the middle part, and then directly after it's going to be the Dungeon Meshi. There is some luck involved that Dungeon Meshi might be swapped with a rerun if Yosta is friendly enough, so you'll get like a bit of a break in terms of banners. But otherwise, brace yourself because definitely within the next 3 months, there's quite a bit to pull for. I mean, the next limited unit is going to be Lapland Altar, and a lot of people are excited for her as well. So in any case, Nymph banner should bring along IS5. So for those of you anticipating for that game mode as well, it's a pretty big one. You should see in the month of February. So look forward to all of that. Speaking of limited units, just a special little note as well. For the next few limited banners, there are situations of 200 spark. What I mean to say is that older limited units have now a new system where the older units cost 200 spark rather than 300 spark. So for the incoming Lapland Altar banner, you will see both W and Rosmontes being 200 spark. Then later on during the Chinese New Year banner, you'll see Nian at 200 spark, and finally afterwards during the next limited banner, which we don't know what that is yet, it will be Skadi Altar at 200 spark. So for those of you who love to save up your currency and then you're waiting to collect those limited units that you still do not have, this could be a pretty good chance. In a way, 300 spark is quite difficult for a free-to-play. It's going to be quite okay if you spend on something like monthly card. But 200, however, I think that's pretty doable even if you're free to play. That is if you really hold back and choose not to pull on any banner. So let me know how you might plan for the next few limited banners. I'm going to close off with some special news. This is a bit of spoiler for the future, but it's not so bad. Instead, we're discussing some QOL features that have arrived in the game. So first up, there is going to be the skill swapping and module swapping feature that will come pretty soon. I think we will see it within the next 2 months. I'm not very certain which event, but basically, when you borrow a support unit, rather than to just have the set skill and module that your friend has placed, now you are free to choose any of the skills. So skill 1 to 3, whatever that you want, go ahead, and if a character has no module or some modules, you can also choose it as long as your friend have built it, which is a wonderful feature for both new players, veteran players alike. You get to experience units in a much better way from your friends. Then, Arknights has also added a feature where you can actually use both hit hunting permits and Orundum to make up the 10 pools, which is long time coming. I'm not certain why they added this now, but that's good for you guys to know in order to stack that 10 pool that you want. There is also a feature where the chips no longer cost time within the factory, so you don't have to use drones to speed them up. It's only going to take 1 second. This is a feature that's going to come much later, by the way, during the Chinese New Year banner. And there is also a giant surprising news, that is, there is no longer the beta symbol within the AK base. At least as far as I know, it seems to be the case. I'm not sure if it's a skin of the base issue, but I think this is true. Now, the reason why base has finally gone out of beta is because there's a lot of QOL added to the base within the next 6 months of the global schedule. So there's things like being able to rotate the operators out in shifts. Instead of doing one by one, you can actually rotate them out in stacks, which is going to be good for you guys. And then there is also the feature where the base now allows you to visit the other dormitories operating a character for yourself. So what I mean is that if you set a certain character in the activity room, you can actually click on them and you can let them go into the elevator, you can let them interact with some furniture and enjoy yourself. So it seems like they took a very long time to pick this feature, if that was why this is in beta. But now you know, it's apparently not in beta anymore. It doesn't mean that they will stop improving on the base, but it seems like they're trying to say this was a version of the base that they were hoping to achieve. Alright, that is everything you need to know for this week. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in more videos to come. Bye!